Deborah Epstein, and I'm really excited to be hosting this today. So we are going to be doing another installment of Cosmic Dreaming from Head to Heart, and this is visioning your divinity. And so we're just gonna wait for some people to hop on. I don't know if there was a problem with the link today. So actually what I'm gonna do is pause the recording and maybe people are catching the recording. Okay, so let me see who's here because I can see who's participating. All right, and so we have Tanya and Teresa, the two T's. Okay, so just come in and say hello as we dive in to visioning. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna open up the circle. And so what I'm gonna invite you to do is close your eyes and come into your space, come into your body, breathing. Becoming aware of your presence in your body, the surface that you're on, the space that you're in. And allowing your body to soften. And open and soften. And noticing the more you soften, the more your body opens. And the more you set an intention to open, the more you begin to feel. And the more you feel, the more information is accessible to you. Bringing your attention to your roots and connecting in with your roots. Grounding you in. Receiving the energy from the earth, from Pachamama. Feeling yourself as connected to her. One with her. And connecting in with her vision. Her vision of life. Allowing whatever notions or conceptions or ideas that you have of what that should look like, letting them go and coming into alignment with the vision of the planet, with the vision of Pachamama. Getting to know her. Surrendering your will, the will of your ego, your wants, your hopes, your desires that come from a false sense of self. And dropping into the purity of the vision of Pachamama. And just meeting and being with any resistance that you feel. Any emotion that you feel about that, without making it right or wrong, simply meeting it right where it is, right where you are, without any judgment. Allowing that earth energy to flow your roots mingling with your energy. Feeling any resistance, but then also feeling where there's no resistance. Moving into openness. Letting go of perfection. Letting go of negativity. Letting go of lack in any form. And looking within you and feeling within you the open spaces. The movement, letting the energy move through and in and around you. Coming up through your legs. Just bringing your attention as you're watching this energy come up and charge you up, fill you up. Bringing it up into your pelvis, opening your root, allowing. Opening your sacral chakra, coming into your well center. The seat of your power. You can even see it as a throne. Where you get to be sovereign as a soul. Coming up to your heart. Opening your heart. Feeling that space. Letting your heart be your guide as you sit on your throne, in your sovereignty, in your will center. Coming up to your throat and opening that chakra to express the will of your heart. Coming up to your crown and allowing that crown to open and receive the energy from your soul star chakra, inviting this divine light in and opening up that third eye, that vision center, marrying it with the purity of the divine will and bringing it down to your will center as a suggestion to align your will with divine will. Seeing yourself as part of a whole, separate yet united. Seeing how when you choose, it affects the whole, just as any other parts that choose affect you. Feeling yourself as part of a whole, feeling yourself as an individual sovereign being who gets to express in this earth plane. Seeing if you can surrender on a deeper level to allow new information, new insights, new ahas, allowing yourself to be open and experiencing something you do not know. Taking a big breath in and releasing the breath and gently opening your eyes and coming back. So it looks like it's just a small group of us today. So we get to have fun. And so we're going to be talking about vision and inner wisdom, as well as the power of our intuition and uniting all of our senses. So where does our intuition come from? And so if you're here and you want to answer that, just pop it in. Don't be shy. There's only 2 of you here. Where does your intuition come from? Yes, I feel like that it's part of a field around me, awareness. Yes. Yeah. It's a skill, it's a gift that we all have, right? So if you look at it as a tool, right? So we have senses. We have senses of feeling, right? And feeling gives us information. We have senses of sight. We gather information from our outer sight. We take in the outer world. So it's something that is part of our system. Our intuition is part of our system. It's not just a gift for some people, although some people are very gifted in using that tool. And what separates them from you is just nothing really other than your life experience and how you allow yourself to interact with it. So a lot of us, when we were younger, we were shut down from using our intuition, trusting our sense of feel. So we have these centers in our body that feel, that pick up information. And when we're in protection, we're not getting information from anywhere. So you get information from the field around you, you get information from your higher self, you get information from your surroundings in lots of different ways: hearing, tasting, smelling, vision, outer vision, and then there's inner vision, right? And so we have a subconscious brain and we have a conscious brain. We have a dreaming mind, we have a right brain, we have a left brain. And our left brain is more linear, right? It's not bad or wrong, it's linear. We need that. We have the right side of our brain, which is very nonlinear. It's our dreaming place. It's our connection to spirits, our connection to the above. So there's a woman, Jill Bolte Taylor, who had a stroke. She wrote a book, My Stroke of Insight. She also has another book. Well, she probably has more than 2 books, but the other book that I read that she wrote is Whole Brain Living. And in that book, she talks about the brain in quadrants and what each section of the brain is for. And there is a part of the brain that is more spiritually biased, that is more energetically biased. So we all have this within us. We have the ability to do this. So why are we not visioning? What is blocking us? And I already kind of told you, it's when we're closed down and protecting. So what are some of the things, and if you have your journal, let's just journal this. I won't ask you to pop into the chat. Allow yourself to journal and answer this question. So what are some of the things? And so in order to get the answer to this question, you must be in your body. So feeling your body and not asking your brain, not asking your linear mind, not asking your stories, but asking your body. First of all, where are you blocking me from receiving information? Body, where are you blocking me from receiving information? And just take a minute and feel and feel. Usually what you're going to feel is the first thing, and you're going to dismiss it. Whatever came up for you first is the thing. It's the first thing. And so just write that down. And so what I want you to do is connect with it. So where is it in your body? And allow yourself to connect with it. Get a vision of it. What does it look like? Is it a color? Is it a shape? And just write it down. Is it an image? Is it nothing? And now that you're starting to get more information from it, seeing if you can stay in neutral with it, ask it, what does it need to trust? What do you need to trust? How can I help you trust? And so working with a lot of different people, what I notice is when that question comes up, it's safety. And safety is created on the outside. We have this relationship with the outside of us. So if you've had trauma in your life, and a lot of us have, we still hold on to parts that, or energies that have a memory of that trauma. We have the memory within our body, and our body subconsciously is protecting. So a lot of times, despite your best efforts, no matter how much you command or demand or fight, those parts of us that are stuck in that moment of time are still saying, I'm not safe, I'm not healed, I'm way out here, I'm still back in the trauma. And it's going to happen again. And I'm afraid it's going to happen again. And so I'm going to stop you from whatever it is you're trying to create. I'm going to stop you from trying to be free. And so we want to get to that person, that version of you that is stuck. And maybe that part of you is hiding. Maybe that part of you is in the shadows. Maybe you're afraid of that part. Maybe you're not even aware of that part. And so closing your eyes again and connecting in with where you feel blocked in your body, that place we've been talking with, going back in and allowing yourself to connect with that part of you. Whatever part of you is protecting, see if you can get permission to go to that other part that is still hiding, that is still afraid, that is still playing small, and feeling like she or he needs protection. And just give it some time and allow yourself to journey there in your mind and through your body. And just see where you go. Just notice where you're going. Where is this guard at the gate taking you? Is it outside of your body somewhere? Is it in your field? Is it to another time, another place? Whatever it may be, allow yourself to keep going till you connect with it, till you find yourself there. And allow yourself as this neutral, sovereign, loving soul to hold that part gently, as if you're approaching an injured bird, waiting to be invited, waiting to be let in. Patience, no agenda. Meeting this part of you right where he or she is. And trusting that wherever you're guided to go and whatever part of you is being seen, is allowing itself to be seen. Trust that it's perfect for this moment. Trust that this is what exactly needs to open for you to step deeper into your ability to intuit and to vision. How old is this part of you? Let's get a sense. What is this part of you wearing? Get a sense of what they look like, the condition they're in, feeling compassion without going into the need to rescue. Allow this part of you to come to you when it's ready. Letting that part of you know you're here. And that you are here as safety. And that when that part of you is ready, you are ready to welcome that part back in. However long it takes, you will be here waiting. With open arms and with a loving heart. See if that is happening. Feel it. Feeling this part coming back slowly. Allowing it to get closer and closer. And letting it know it can go back if it wants to. Allowing it to stay with you just for a little while, just for now. Breathing, softening, and allowing. Imagining that the two of you now are sitting at a table. And you have maybe some crayons or some paints. You're just going to let that part of you know we're just going to play. We're just going to play. We're going to express. And as you're sitting at that table and you're playing together, see what else this part of you wants or needs. What are they asking for? And can you allow that? Can you give that to them? Whatever it is that they need, can you give that to them? What we want to do is we want to stay in the space of connection with this part of you. And we're going to go into creating. So we're going to start by, I'm going to shift my camera. We're going to start by creating a ground to work on. So when you're ready, opening your eyes and grabbing your art supplies, whatever they may be. And we're going to start with a color. To place on the ground. So this is, we're opening up the space. So we're opening up a healing space. And this paper, this piece of medicine art is representative of the space of medicine that we are opening. So it's like a portal to healing, if you will. So just closing your eyes again and connecting with your paper, placing a hand on your paper and sending the intention to be this loving space. So filling your body up with love, filling your body up with love, with compassion, with tenderness, with support. Imagine yourself wrapped in a fuzzy pink blanket. Breathing in and sending through your hands this feeling into the paper. Bringing it down through your arms, feeling this energy coming through you and onto your paper. Seeing a color or a shape. Asking your intuition, what do I want to use? Do I want to use marker? Do I want to use colored pencil? Do I want to use something water soluble, like watercolor, pencils, paints? Feel your choices. The choices are endless, or as limited as what you have available to you. Letting yourself vision or see what it is. If you're having trouble making a choice, take the first thing that comes up. So this is sometimes what happens when we're creating. It's the struggle between what your intention, what your will intention is, and what your divine will intention is, what your soul's intending. And so I'll just share that for me, I was wanting to do a color. I was wanting to put paint on the paper, but I kept seeing an image of a pencil. So I could fight with it. I could choose to use this, and there's no right or wrong. There's no right or wrong, but I want to practice trusting what comes to me to do. So because this is an easy place to practice, let yourself just do it. You can't get it wrong. It's medicine for you. There's no way you can get it wrong. So whatever you choose is the perfect choice. but just notice where you're choosing from. Notice if you're fighting with what your intuition is telling you because you want to do it a certain way. Just notice it. And so when you're ready and you have whatever it is that you're going to use, just place your pencil, your pen, your marker, whatever, in the center of your paper. Close your eyes and feel your body. And just allow yourself to begin to move. And if it helps, and I'm going to do this too, use your non-dominant hand. Using your non-dominant hand cuts the linear out of the way, gets you to the purity of yourself. And so feeling the energy around you, allowing yourself to be moved, letting it be tentative at first if you must, if you will. And then just letting it pick up as you begin to trust. It can be shaky, keeping your eyes closed so you don't get your vision in the way, your sight, physical sight in the way, staying in your mind's eye, imagining that you can see this paper in front of you. You know where the edges are. What do you want to put there? What does your mind want to do? What are you seeing in your mind? Letting your body move, letting yourself create, letting yourself draw, letting that part of you that has come back to join you. Let that part of you express too. If there's anything that they want to say, or if there's anything that they want to write, let them write any words. And what we're going to do now is let your eyes be open and look at what you've done, look at what's come out of you, look at where it's placed on the paper. And I know mine's a little hard to see. Maybe it's, if I put a little more light on it, it's a little washed out. There we go. It's not even any better. It's very blurry today. Let's see if I can get some more light on the subject. So that's somewhat better, somewhat better. Okay, so from this place, let this be the base of what we're doing. And waiting for you to just catch up with me, giving you a few minutes to catch up with me. And what we're going to come back to is doing a little talking. We're going to let that sit a minute. And just coming to my camera. Here we go. Awesome. So how was that for you guys? Just pop in the chat. What did you experience? What did you notice? Was that challenging in any way? And if you'd like to share, please do. This really kind of helps guide and direct where we're going. So I'm going to give you just a couple minutes to share. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about, the stuff that gets in our way, but what our vision is and what our vision, how our vision comes in. So we really want to start getting in touch with what's going on inside of us, not the looped thoughts that are coming from a place of protection, a place of danger, the world's not safe. There's a lot of stuff going on out in the world right now that really can make us go withdraw, make us go in. This isn't the right time. But at the same time, what's happening, if you're plugged into it, is there is so much magical energy happening right now. And if you can allow yourself to tap more into that and less into what's happening out in the planet, which is like a dark night of the soul, it's kind of like the whole planet's going through a healing crisis. And so these things need to happen to shake things up. So it's part of the creation and destruction process, right? And it's scary, but we all chose to be here right now. We all chose to be here right now. We have a reason for being on the planet right now. So Tanya says, warmth of yellow relating to the feeling of the sun on my body, which always makes me feel more whole. Awesome, awesome. Was it easy for you to connect with that hidden part of you? Did you find a hidden part of you, maybe one that you didn't know? Awesome, awesome. And was he or she amenable to coming and sitting at the table with you? So going back to what's happening in the world right now, there is there's a lot. And so when people are, when people like myself are coming in and saying like, you got to get in your leadership, you got to step into your power. It's true, you do. You do. If you're here and you're listening to me, there's a reason. There's a reason why you're drawn to this message. There's a reason why you, kind of listen to all the summits, all the free things that are coming up that a lot of leaders like myself are doing. The thing is, leadership isn't about following somebody. Leadership is about finding that ability in yourself. And that's what the Temple of the Cosmic Dreamer is all about. So the Temple of the Cosmic Dreamer is a 9-month program that is born out of the Cosmic Dreaming Lodge. It's another section. It's another room, if you will, in the Cosmic Dreaming Lodge. And so the temple is a space that is like you are a temple. You have so much power within you that is untapped, that is going to old paradigms, old programs that aren't serving you anymore. And it's time to transform that. It's time to step into the energy that's coming on the planet right now, the energy that's coming in, that's in everywhere, right? This wave of energy that the whole cosmos is dreaming into right now is affecting all of us. And if you have trauma, if you have negative belief systems, protective belief systems, because we don't want to make them wrong. They're there for a reason, but we want them to grow up. We want them to retire, to step aside, and we want the fullness of who we are, who we were meant to be, who we were intending to be when we came in on the planet, to allow yourself to express through that. And the Temple of the Cosmic Dreamer is that sort of place. The things we do, it's a 9-month program. The things we do in that space allows for us to connect in with those places that are still protecting and do ceremonial ritual art experiences that allow that to open up more, allow your full power to come through, allow you to live into who you are here to be. And so you guys get a taste of that when we do these webinars, these workshops. This is just a sampling of what you will be experiencing in the Temple of the Cosmic Dreamer. So Tanya says, kind of shy, but I put paint on my finger and put it on my nose. She laughed and came over. Awesome. See, I laughed too. So we're enticing these parts of ourselves back, right? And we need these parts. We need these parts to come back and to get online and to get on board. And so these parts of us that are stuck in our childhood, we can bring them on board and mother them or father them, parent them in a way that they didn't have access to when you were actually young. So you get to do this for yourself. And so what we want to do is dive in a little bit deeper into our creative expression. So we have the first part of that down. And so if you're using paint, you're going to choose to do whatever comes next with trusting your intuition. And I'm going to trust my intuition because I started with pencil, and let's see where it goes. So I'm going to shift the camera back to the overhead and come back to connecting with this. And so what I'd like you to do is just look into it and gaze into it, see what you've created. Close your eyes and feel it. See it in your mind's eye, feel it. Breathe it in as energy. Open your eyes again and have a look. And what color is in your mind's eye? Allow that color, see if you can find it, either in paint, watercolor, colored pencil, whatever you choose. I'm being drawn to pencil today, so I'm gonna go with that. And go right to the place that wants that color. And so for me, it's this place right here. And as you're applying the color, let your eyes take in that color, the frequency of it, the vibration of it. Seeing the color, feeling the color. Does it make your mouth water? What other sensations are happening as you're seeing this color? And you can use your dominant hand or non-dominant hand, whatever you choose. And I am just going to add a little bit of water to kind of liven this up a little bit. Just to wake up this color. Okay, and what wants to happen next? Looking at the color you just put on the page, connecting with it. Feeling it. Closing your eyes and seeing it in your mind's eye. That spot of color. Feeling its frequency, feeling its vibration, feeling the energy of that that's being generated in your system. Feeling it activating parts of your brain, lighting it up, opening your eyes once again, looking at it again, letting that color activate you. What color wants to be next to it? Allow that color to come right on through. And so for me, it was this color, purple. And just apply the color wherever it wants to be. Trust your intuition. Without thinking, just allow yourself to move. So move really fast. Move really fast. The faster you move, the less you think. Take your brakes off. And I'm just gonna activate this color with some water. Doesn't have to be pretty. It can get messy if it wants to be messy. Picking another color. Looking at what you're doing, looking at the color choices that are happening. Noticing how that feels in your body, these two colors now playing together. Let's invite a third color in. Who wants to come and play? What color wants to come and play? Choose your color and start to bring that in. Moving fast, getting that color on there in as many places as it wants to be, trusting your intuition. Trusting your inner vision. Where else does this color want to play? What other shapes want to come in? Okay, and I'm going to activate this color. You guys trust whatever you chose to use, trust that your intuition is guiding you in the way it needs to be guided. And we're going to choose one more color. So we're using 4 colors. So take a step back. Look at what you've put on the paper so far. Allowing your body to take that in, feel it as information. How does it make you feel? Does it make you feel joyous? Does it make you feel happy? Notice how you're feeling. Notice how you're feeling and how it's feeding you. So you're starting out with the feeling, and the feeling goes into what you're creating. And then what you're creating comes back at you, and you feel more of it. This is manifesting. This is just exactly how you manifest. So if you can do it here, you can do it out in the world. The only thing that stops you is your fear. And so right now, just take a minute before we go into the next color, take a minute and feel, what are you really afraid of? What are you really afraid of? If you don't like what you created, can't you do it again? If you're worried someone else won't like it, what part of you is creating for someone else? Are you here to create for someone else? Or are you here to create for you, for your enjoyment, for your pleasure? Why are we suffering? Why are we choosing suffering when we can have fun? And just see it was something you were taught, and see also that you can transform that. You have the power to do that. So with that being said, feel how what I just said makes you feel. Does it make you angry? Does it make you frustrated? Does it give you power? Does it charge you up? Does it make you feel less than? Just notice what comes up for you. It's all perfect. They're just emotions. It's a response. Does it trigger you in some way that you don't want to even look at it? Just notice it. It's all perfect. And from this place where we're in right now, pick a color. Pick a color. And I'm going right for paint right now because that's what my intuition just finally told me. It's this color. This is where I'm at. Noticing the colors you're choosing. based on how you feel. That your feelings have a vibration of energy that can be expressed in a color. And what does this color mean to you? Allow it to come forward. Okay. And what else wants to happen in this piece? What else wants to be brought forward? So it's time to put your finishing touches on. Time to put on the sprinkles, the enhancements, or maybe this is perfect just as it is. Maybe it doesn't need any more. Let's bring out a little bit more purple. What does this image say about you? When you look at it, what does it say about you in this moment? So not you, let's put it this way. The only you that ever exists is the one that's right now. Anything else is part of the illusion. The only one that matters is the one that's right now. So right now, what is this part of you expressing? What is this part of you saying to you? And if you want to share in the chat, if you've got a little epiphany or a little aha, share it. Let us know what's moving for you. And notice how we don't need to use every crayon in the box, right? And we can combine ideas, images, texture. You can add all kinds of stuff. You can go back to pencil. Let yourself have fun. Let yourself break your own rules for how you think it needed to get done. Experiment, play, bring this part of yourself that you just met and invited home again. Let this part of yourself play with you in this now. Coming back to real time in this time zone, this timeline. Let it shine out into the world and let it be magnificent. Let it be magnificent. Okay, so how's everyone doing? Is everyone done with your expression? What did you learn? What did you notice? What got revealed to you that you didn't realize about yourself? Maybe you could share that in the chat with me. a huge dynamism. Tons of movement and brightness. Awesome. Awesome. That's great. Yeah, you get to break through things. We all get to have breakthroughs, right? And you get to continue to break through. I'm going to shift my camera. You get to continue to break through. You got to break through those things that are getting in the way of your visioning, right? And I keep looking at the cosmic dreamer that is to my side here. And, you know, when I painted that one, and I think I talked about it, maybe I didn't talk about it in this group, but when I painted that, it was going in a different direction. I recently just put the cosmos behind his head in his dreaming field. And it was a bold move. I got attached to the way it was going, but it also didn't feel right. And so I needed to trust that what my intuition was telling me and what the painting was telling me wanted to happen. I had to allow it. I had to get bold. I had to be willing to risk getting it wrong, making a mistake, ruining the painting, right? And some people might go, well, it's only a painting. It's not a big deal. You could always do another one. But when you've been working on something for more than a year, you kind of get attached to it. But that's part of what we want to break through is what are we attached to that's not working for us anymore? When you start to see that it's like you're putting on the same old dress or the same old pair of clothes or the same old pair of jeans and they don't fit anymore, right? But why do you keep trying to shove yourself into them, you know? Or if, you know, it's the opposite problem where they're falling off of you or they're just worn and torn and you, every time you put them on, you just can't stand them. Why do you continue to put them on? See if you can find an alternative. Maybe you don't have the answer, but maybe if you just start asking the question, you find someone who knows the answer, or you find people who've encountered where you are, who have maybe moved through it or are moving through it, that can guide you a little bit, or that can show you a different way or shed some light on something. So we don't create in a vacuum, right? We need to look at other people's expressions of life, of living, how they solve the problem. And some ways that people solve the problem is by not seeing that there is a problem, that they are more looking for the solution, right? We do need to meet what our perceived problem is right where it is. We need to meet that right where it is. We don't want to pretend that it doesn't exist or dream it away, or, you know, whatever strategies that we use to we tell ourselves the stories, right? And if we're good storytellers and we're believing those stories, we could use that for good. We can use that to enhance our lives. We don't have to stay stuck in old paradigms that don't fit us anymore. We get to choose to move out of them, but what does it take? It doesn't take a magic wand that, you know, you wave over something and, you know, something magically appears. Although I will say things happen magically when you allow yourself to co-create in the field of energy called the universe. Things just show up. It's getting in alignment with the field of energy around us. And if we're in protection, we're missing it. If we're in protection, we're missing opportunities, we're missing synchronicities, we're missing the divine play. And your soul knows how to do this. And so we want to keep connected with our soul. We want to keep inviting our soul down. That's our divinity. That's who we are. It's not some made up thing in our mind. It's not some thing in our ego where, oh, I'm in my divinity and you're not, so that makes me better than you. That's not what it is. You'll set yourself free when you can align to that part of yourself that has the wisdom, that has the vision, and you get to feel how to trust that, right? It takes practice. It's never one and done. It's not about some divine being that sits somewhere on a cloud that says, okay, you've been a good girl or a good boy and you get to have this thing. You contracted. You made a contract on the other side to be here and do certain things. And if you don't feel like you're living into it, it's your responsibility to find out why, to find out what to do, to get yourself what you need to get that to happen. Get out of the stories of money. I don't have enough. I'm not enough. I'm not ready. I want to play small for a while. I want to stay stuck for a while. It was really interesting. Last week, we talked about manifesting. And if I gave you a magic wand, what would you create? And a lot of people said some interesting things. And then I asked, well, why aren't you creating it? Because you thought of it, you thought to ask for it when you had that magic wand. What is in your way of creating that thing? And one woman said, well, she wanted a garden, but what was in her way was she didn't have a house. So why didn't you wish for a house? Why didn't you wish for, you could have 100 wishes, right? This is just a tool. The magic wand is a tool to get you to dream. All these things that you think you want. Whether you get them or not, let go of the outcome. It starts you on an adventure. It starts you on a journey, on a quest, right? It starts with a question, the quest, right? It starts with a question. It opens up the space when you have the question. I wonder what it would be like to create blah, blah, blah. How would I create that if I could create that? What is needed? What do I need? Maybe you don't know, but if you just ask the question and allow the answer to come to you, start looking for it in the world around you. Does it exist, that thing that you think you want? Do you need to invent it? How do you do that? Right now, I'm watching my husband create something that has never been created before based on something else that had been created. And he created it for his own use. And so did he know how to do manufacturing? Did he know how to do any of that? No, but he found people because he started doing it. He didn't say, well, I don't have the money, so I'm not going to do it. He went down to the store and bought a hiking cane and took it apart and re-engineered it. That's his gift. What gifts do you have? What skills do you have right now that could be in service to you creating what you're dreaming of creating? Maybe you haven't found that yet. Maybe you need to explore it more. Maybe that's your first step. Maybe that's your question. Maybe that's your quest. So the temple of the cosmic dreamer meets you right where you are, wherever you are and whatever stage you're in, and helps you grow from that place. So you don't have to create a big, huge, exposition and show of art. But if that's what your vision is, then we work with that. But everyone in the temple creates something, and the temple that we're just closing out is amazing. It's amazing what these women transformed into, and actually they're signing up for another 9 months because they want to go deeper. They want to expand further out because they experience so much success in the form of transformation and opening up to the power that it lies within them just by doing this sort of work. It is nothing short of a miracle. And so you can create miracles for yourself too. And so we still have a little bit more time left. And I feel like, I usually ask a lot of questions and there's not a lot of people here. So not a lot to interact with. So what I'm going to do is going to shift gears a little bit, and we're going to drop into vision. And I'm going to invite you to close your eyes. So part of the tenets in the dreaming, the temple of the cosmic dreamer, are heal, dream, create, and celebrate. And they don't go in order. Sometimes we need to be in healing. Sometimes we're in dreaming. Sometimes we're in creating and healing. Sometimes we're in dreaming and healing, but always we need to bring in celebration. We need to be celebrating every little win. Every little win is a big win because it's movement. Every bit of motion, no matter how small, is getting you exactly to your goal, whatever that goal happens to be, even if you don't know what it is yet. Goals can unfold. I know for me, that's how it works. When I started doing these paintings 2 years ago, when I started, probably going on 3 years ago, I didn't know what I was creating with it. I didn't know it was going to be something called a Cosmic Dreaming Lodge. It evolved. The more I painted, the more information started coming in. The braver I got in putting it out there, allowing my inner world of make-believe, of pretend, of my imagination to be seen by the world, and not caring if I get judged for it. Because let me tell you, the imaginal realm is more real than what you see around you. It's a big statement. It's a big statement because it's in the imaginal realm. Everything exists there. It's just not in form yet. That's what we are for. We are bringing things into form. We are energy. We are energy made matter. And when you understand that you are more energy than matter, that's where the magic starts happening, because that's the alignment. That's the alignment with the universe. Because everything is energy. Everything around you is energy. It's different vibrational frequencies of energy. And each dimension has a certain set of laws to it that you get to learn how to work in it. So make it your business to learn if you want to play in the universe. If you want to suffer, then keep doing what you're doing, because obviously that's working. But if you want to be a quantum creator, if you want to be a leader, a creative leader in the world, in your own world, in your own life, and this doesn't mean you have to get super huge and everyone has to know you. When you do it according to your contract, the reason why you're here, the reason why you're being pulled into certain places, because it's subconscious, you're going to get there anyway. You're going to get there kicking and screaming or fighting or going willingly. So the choice is yours. Row or set sail, it's your ocean, however you want to do it, however you want to do it. So coming back to that choice, what are you choosing and why? And so I know I said this, we're gonna go in and close our eyes. And we're gonna come into our bodies again, connecting in with the memory of the image that you just created, and feeling the joy, feeling the fun that was, if that was true for you. For me, it was fun, empowering, and energizing, and allowing yourself to have that feeling. It exists within you, and it's just allowing yourself to align to it. Letting yourself become more of that and less of the density, less of the shadows, less of the stuckness. It's okay that it's there. Feeling what's anchoring you and feeling what is activating you. Feeling both, and they both exist. And shifting your focus in the direction of your intention. And for our purposes right now, our intention is feeling that freedom, that joy, that expansion, that lightness, that movement, that brightness, whatever you experienced when you were painting that image. Allowing yourself to go more into that, allowing yourself to feel it in your body, Feel where it's blocking you, and just allowing the energy to clear. And what I'm going to ask you to do, and I should have done this earlier, is inviting in your guides to keep the space clear around you. Inviting your guides in to keep the space clear around you. And I'm inviting in a higher frequency guide to help the circle, everyone in this circle who is hearing this, who's participating in this meditation, feeling the protection of a higher frequency guide holding this space, feeling the vastness of the space that we're working in, feeling this portal that we are co-creating together with our imaginations. Notice right now how you are in your imagination, dreaming this space with me, and how powerful that is. Feeling yourself in the midst of this field of energy and calling something into your imagination. What is showing up? Who is showing up? And feeling that and allowing whatever that is. So my intention that I'm holding for the whole group is that whatever one of your energy centers, your power centers, your chakras is blocked or closed, or maybe it's more than one, just allow yourself to feel what is not working as well as it could be. Keep breathing into your body and allowing whatever it was that you just imagined to come help you. Let it be a helper. And let it help open up whatever feels stuck in you. Whatever feels, and it could be a dense block, so it'll just start a process. Or it's something just light. Maybe it's just like, whew, you just need to just blow it. Maybe just disrupt it a little bit. So just, wherever it is in your body, to take your hands and just open up some space. Open up some space. Moving the energy around in your field, front and back. And allowing whatever it is that you're imagining helping you do the rest. Taking that energy that is not in service to you at this time, in your dreaming, in your imagining, in your creating, and moving it out of the way. And as that's being moved out of the way, fill the space. Fill the space with you. Take up your space. This is part of it. You get to take up space in the world. You get to take up space in your body. You get to take up space in your aura, your auric field, the space around you. You get to be big. You get to be big. The bigger you are, the more information available to you. And then when you take in the information, you can collapse in if you need to. You can pull all your energy in if you need to. You can dim your light. You can shape shift, whatever you learn to do to keep yourself safe as a child, you can bring into service when you read the energetic field and it says danger. So this is what you want to be learning how to do. But for right now, if you're feeling safe, let yourself be big. Let yourself be big. Taking a big breath in and feeling the vastness of who you are, the truth of who you are. Bringing your awareness to your center. Don't go out with your energy. Be like the sun. Be like the center. Be like the sun. And let your light shine all around you. And anytime you want, you can be in this place. You can even shut it down if you want. You can bring it all in. So I want you to practice that right now. So feel how big you are. And now bring it all in. Bring it all in and make it tight. Close it down. Tuck it in. And notice how it feels. Notice how it feels. And then expand it out again till it feels comfortable, where it feels comfortable. And trust that. When you feel safe, it's okay to be big. And taking one final breath in and releasing the breath, staying in this state, staying grounded, staying connected with your guides. You want to thank your guides for being present with you. Just drop into gratitude for the support, even when you don't even realize that they're there. And seeing them as your team. And just acknowledging them, seeing who they are, who's shown up for you today. And then we're going to send gratitude to the guides, the higher vibrational guides that were keeping our circle open and clear. Acknowledging them for their presence and the work that they're doing with us right now in this container, in this portal. And with gratitude and love, we bid them farewell and feeling the space open, feeling yourself being let go from this container, feeling yourself back in your own space, surface that you're on with your guides. You can stay connected with your guides. They're your guides. Bringing all of your energy back to you now, commanding it back to you now. Feeling yourself grounded, feeling yourself strong, courageous, loving, joyful, all the things, all the things. Every expression of you is a perfect expression. The dark ones, the light ones, and the in-between ones. They're all perfect because they're you. Taking another big breath in. Holding the breath for just a moment. Letting this crystallize, this experience crystallize in your system, becoming part of you. Letting whatever you learned and experienced here start to activate in your life. Making a choice to play bigger. Next level. Letting the breath go. Feeling your body, moving your body, fingers, wiggling fingers, toes. And when you're ready, opening your eyes. And I just want to say thank you to all of you for joining me, whether you're here on the live with me or joining me in the replay. Just want to send you so much love and so much gratitude for showing up for yourself and showing up here and playing today while we open up our vision to our divinity. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you next week for the last one. And also what's in the works here too is a 7-day replay of all of them. So I'm going to be launching a 7-day replay of all of them beginning on the 20th. So if you were worried that you didn't get to do some of these, you get a complete week opportunity to dive in and either do them again or do them for the first time. So I want you to go off and have a beautiful weekend, and I will see you next Friday here at 9 a.m. as we begin to embody, which we've already started to do. So we're going to go deeper into embodiment. All right, have a beautiful day. Thanks for joining.